The things we love can be twisted. Tonight we look at the intersection of pop culture and pure terror. Labubu, the cute, chaotic little goblin rabbit toy that exploded across the world. These are 3 true horror stories from those who saw a collector's passion devolve into pure, dangerous madness. The first tale, a promising first date with a charming woman named Claire, who seemed different from the rest. Things were perfect until she glanced at the empty bookshelves in his apartment. "You don't collect Labubu?" she asked, and the mood instantly shifted.
So, I've never really
He described them as creepy devil rabbits, trying to make a joke. It did not land.
Oh, come on, I was just kidding.
Her smile faded. Her eyes narrowed. "They're gorgeous. You simply don't get it." Then came the fatal mistake. "Honestly, if I ever saw one of those in my house, I'd probably burn it." Claire's pupils dilated. Her face went blank. Then she slowly walked to the kitchen counter. She held the knife to her lips and whispered, "I brought you one." From her bag, she produced a miniature jet-black Labubu figure with scarlet eyes. "He heard what you said. You should apologize." When he refused, she lunged, slicing his arm and screaming, "Apologize to her, Labubu!" He scrambled for his phone, locking himself in the bathroom as she kicked and banged on the door like a maniac. The screaming stopped. He heard low whispers, her voice strained, like she was talking to someone right outside the door. When police arrived, Claire was sitting calmly on the couch, clutching the doll like a precious treasure. Her hands were bleeding from beating the door, and cotton was everywhere from savagely stabbing the throw pillows. As they cuffed her, her voice echoed down the hall.
You're safe now.
How could anyone hate Labubu? A psychiatric case driven by an obsessive fan club. This toy had completely erased her reality. The next story, a college freshman at a chaotic frat party where one face stood out from the crowd. Mason, an art major, sat alone by the pool, quiet and uncomfortable, watching the chaos. They talked about movies and the absurdity of frat life. The victim let her guard down, a huge mistake. Mason rolled up his sleeve to show his arm. "Check this out," he said. "This is Labubu," he said, touching the ink. "I collect them, every version. We're kind of like soulmates." The victim laughed, dismissing them as creepy kid toys. He didn't laugh back. Feeling uneasy, she walked away. His eyes followed, but he didn't say a word. Midnight. The walk back to the dorm was quiet, peaceful. But then the feeling started.
I walked these halls because I thought I
Footsteps, matching
The
hers.
alternative was worse.
When she slowed, they slowed. When she stopped, they stopped. She turned. Under a streetlight 20 feet back stood Mason. Same hoodie, head slightly tilted. He didn't speak. He just smiled. A terrifying, predatory smile. Then he jerked his shoulder and began chanting in a low, monotone voice. "Labubu, Labubu." "You made Labubu sad," he called out. She turned and sprinted. His footsteps behind her were no longer human. They were heavy, uneven thuds, low to the ground. Fumbling with the keycard at the dorm door, the first swipe flashed red. He was inches away. The second swipe turned green. She burst inside, slamming and locking the door just as he reached the pavement. He was outside the glass, breathing heavy and ragged. His eyes looked evil.
"I told you not to come back here."
He leaned close
Now
and
you're gonna
whispered,
pay for
You made Labubu sad. You shouldn't have. The next morning, a soft slide on the floor. An envelope was pushed under her door. Inside, a photo of her by the pool with Mason, and written in red ink, Labubu remembers. She changed dorms, but not before checking her old room. On her pillow, a pink Labubu toy, wide eyes, jagged teeth, staring directly at her. The final tale, the profound, desperate grief of a couple who lost their baby. The wife, Madison, slipped into a consuming fog. Nothing helped her cope.
Look what I have for you, sweetie. It's the
Until
blue
her
one you
husband brought
wanted.
home a blue Labubu toy, a joke from better days. Her face lit up. She held it close, filling the terrible void in her life. But relief turned to horror. She began spoon-feeding the doll applesauce. She placed it in the empty crib meant for their child. That's not a real child, Madison. It's just a toy. That night, he woke to an empty bed. Madison's creepy lullaby was echoing from the nursery. He found her rocking the doll in her arms, humming a disturbed, quiet tune. When he tried to take the toy, she screamed, scratched his face, and yelled, "You're trying to kill him again." She calmed down by late afternoon, sitting in the rocking chair, humming to the doll. Exhausted, he drifted off. He woke up unable to move. His wrists and ankles were tied to the bed frame with strips of baby clothes. Madison stood over him, holding a scalpel from the emergency baby kit. She leaned down and placed the Labubu on his chest. It stared up with razor teeth. "What kind of dad are you? Your son has been crying for you all night." To survive, he had to agree. He was untied, and together they sat, kissing and rocking the Labubu. The moment she left the room, he called the paramedics. Madison became frantic when separated from the toy. The void was back. The doll, the twisted little toy, was given back in a cardboard box. Every night now, he swears he hears scratching coming from inside the closet. These stories prove that the most dangerous objects are often the ones we create to love. If you dare to face the terror behind the trending, then you've found your home. Subscribe to Terror Tales TV, like this video, and comment below. What designer toy obsession will turn deadly next?